Hello friends, Mark Holmes here, and as always I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Let me reopen for business here, and let me wake up the football gods here. You know what? I'm fired up right now. I am fired up, so let's... during this pandemic, I'm trying to be cool. And I didn't want to do this. I don't want to bring back the dumbass comment of the day. But I got to do it because we got some real dumbasses out there. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say it one more time. I said, when you start acting a fool, I'm going to give you one warning, okay? I'm going to say chill. I'm just going to say chill. Because I'm not going to put up with it. Life is too short to waste time with idiots. And there's a lot of you idiots that are out there. There are. Some of you need to look in the mirror because you're an idiot. Here's the great thing about being here on the YouTube. If you see something you don't like, you're an idiot if you continue to watch it. You don't have to be anywhere. It's not like they say your job is to sit there and watch the Joe Boo Sports Report. So whether you like it, don't like it, whatever, it's up to you to be there or don't be there. But what's incredible is the power that some people think that I yield, that I am all powerful and I control the Dallas Cowboys, destiny. I know I got Joe Boo, my voodoo doll here. But here's let me just go ahead and read the dumbass comment of the day, okay? George MG, okay? I thought we are fellow Cowboy fans. Apparently, we have this division of Cowboy fans where everybody is always at each other's throat. We can't just be fans of the team and stuff. No, we have to call each other out. We have to be freaking crabs in a goddamn barrel. Everybody pulling arms and legs off here, trying to get to the top. George says, Mark, you have jinxed my team. Are you Jerry Jones? Do you own the team? You part owner? Are you family of the Jones family? Last I checked, it was a public team for anybody to be a fan of. With all your false hopes again. Last season, Cowboys are rated number 1 on offense with the Hot Boys defense. What happened? 8-8, and the NFC East lost. Philly lost to Philly backup players. And the 0-4 Jets, the Jets, mind you, who got on a run and actually played really, really well. It's not like when the Eagles lost to, say, the Detroit Lions or the Miami Dolphins. The first Super Bowl, okay, the 0-4 Jets, the first Super Bowl back in 1972, last Super Bowl in 1996, when you became a Cowboy fan with your voodoo doll. So here's the thing. And you live in Washington's backyard. Be their fan and leave Cowboys alone. How about you kiss my high yellow behind? If you're going to try and talk about somebody, get your facts straight. Because when you come into my house, you better have your shit together. Because I will call your ass out. First of all, Joe Boo, who, if you want to look at, say, Charles Haley's profile picture, is Joe Boo. Check it out. Check it out on Facebook. Reason being, after I wrote a blog about how it was a travesty him not being into the Hall of Fame. Okay? Being that, when he was denied the 6th time, he changed his profile picture to Joe Boo. And guess what? I'm not saying Joe Boo had anything to do with it. He finally got in. And since that time, that picture has been the profile picture of it. Now, make sure we understand a couple of things that you 100% got wrong. Because if you're going to talk about somebody, have your shit together. First of all, Cowboy Joe Boo, 2012 season is when we started. And since the time of me having Cowboy Joe Boo, the Dallas Cowboys are 64-48. I'm not saying that's great, but that's a little bit better than some of those other years between 1996 You know, like when we had 5-11, 5-11, 5-11, 3 years in a row. 3 years in a row. Okay? And in fact, since this YouTube channel took off because of one Dak Prescott, because I did a video saying back in the Senior Bowl that this is the perfect quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Went to the draft in Chicago with Joe Boo and a sign that said draft Dak. Since that time, the Dallas Cowboys are 40-24 with 2 division crowns. Not exactly straight down the toilet. Next point that you are way the hell off on, and I mean way the hell off on, is that I became a fan back in 96. Dude, I was born in 1965. 1965. And yes, I do live in the Washington, D.C. area. Some of the first memories that I have as a kid growing up are sitting on the sofa next to my father. My father, who was rooting for the Dallas Cowboys. And I know you're going to say, oh, well, you know, you're a bandwagon fan. Well, I got to tell you, son, I got to tell you, there was no bandwagon for the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys were known as a great regular season team, but couldn't win the big one because they lost to the Green Bay Packers in the Ice Bowl. Then they followed it up with another loss to the Green Bay Packers the next year. Then they lost to the Colts in their very first Super Bowl. There was no bandwagon. And the reason my father living in the Washington, D.C. area was a Dallas Cowboy fan is because the Washington football team was the last team to integrate. See, understand, son, when I was born, my behind went past 3 hospitals that were white hospitals going to Freeman Hospital in Washington, D.C. Freeman Hospital being the hospital that was made for freed slaves. And that year that I was born in 1965, black and white people could not marry legally in the state that I live in. So my father, understanding that even though the NFL had integrated in 1946, is when they started having the first black players, that the team in Washington still in the 60s had not integrated. They believed in having that southern market. My father said there's no way in the world I can support a team that will not allow somebody that looks like me on them. And that's why he became a Dallas Cowboy fan. I'm not saying things were better in Dallas per se, but they at least had people of color. And being a little kid, not understanding anything other than, you know, where's my bottle? I remember my father cheering for those Dallas Cowboys. I remember how dejected he was when they lost to the Colts in the Super Bowl. And I remember the joy of when we won that first Super Bowl with the Miami Dolphins. I watched every single Super Bowl that the Dallas Cowboys have been in. For you to come in here and say that I am a bandwagon fan, you can kiss my ass. You see this radio over here? This radio right here still plays. 1983. I've got a bottle of Pepsi, still with the Pepsi in it, from their silver anniversary, 25 years. I have a button from the first Super Bowl, their first Super Bowl against the Miami Dolphins. All things that were my father's. I went to a high school where Richie Pettibone, his kids, his daughter and his son, Richie Jr., played University of Maryland. We're in my school. We played football together. When the Redskins were good in winning Super Bowls, I had the chance to be in Joe Gibbs' box. All I had to do was root for the Redskins. Couldn't do it. Could not do it. Now, I'm happy that you think that I'm all powerful and that I control the destiny of the Dallas Cowboys. If that's the case, you got to say, The last 4 years of the Dallas Cowboys have been better than they were before. You got to say that the Dallas Cowboys arrow is pointing up. And you're really and truly an idiot if you believe that me saying that I feel good about my team is going to make their season bad. It's just stupid that Cowboy fans can't get along. It just drives me crazy that we have so many freaking idiots out there. George, is that your name? George, feel free to not watch my channel anymore. If you don't unsubscribe, I'll just block you. How about that one? Have a great day.